My spouse was unfaithful, accused me of being violent, and forced me to provide child maintenance for over a decade. Later, I learned I wasn't the biological parent. I took her to court. What followed devastated her completely. Greetings, Reddit community. I'm sharing this here. I hardly know how to start, but I suppose the straightforward approach is best, since even now, folks stare at me as if I'm fabricating the tale when I recount the events. I 45M encountered my former spouse, whom I'll refer to as Lydia 42F, during our university days. She was charming, self-assured, and possessed this knack for making me believe I was the center of her world. We were together for several years, and in 2003 we tied the knot. Back then, I believed I was wedding my closest companion. By 2006, our girl Emily arrived, or at least I assumed she was mine. I'll explain that shortly. The initial phases of being parents seemed positive, or that's what I thought. However, Lydia began to shift. Evenings spent with colleagues grew more common, she became inseparable from her device, and our closeness essentially vanished. Whenever I inquired, she'd manipulate the situation, labeling me as suspicious or domineering. That's when the psychological manipulation started. In 2010, it all erupted. Suddenly, Lydia informed her relatives and a few of our acquaintances that I was verbally and psychologically harmful. I was stunned. I had never touched her aggressively, never raised my voice harshly, never insulted her, but she convinced everyone I was controlling that I demeaned her, that she felt imprisoned. It didn't help that it was all fabricated. Once those accusations spread, they lingered. My own folks doubted me. Longtime buddies distanced themselves, and soon, the separation documents arrived. I battled for guardianship, as I refused to forsake my child. But Lydia portrayed the sufferer so convincingly in the proceedings, weeping about fearing me. She even sought a protective order, which the magistrate rejected for insufficient proof. Yet ultimately, she received primary guardianship, and I was mandated to cover child expenses. For a dozen years, I labored tirelessly to ensure those payments were made, even if it involved foregoing food, parting with my vehicle, and taking extra shifts. I didn't wish for Emily to endure because of our failed union. Over those dozen years, Lydia continued to turn Emily against me. Each conversation was distant. Each meeting briefer than before. When Emily reached 15, she scarcely communicated with me. She echoed phrases like, "Mom claims you never valued us," or "You're why she weeps constantly." Nevertheless, I persisted with the payments. I kept appearing. I kept attempting. Then last year, as Emily turned 17, I observed something unusual. We were at a modest eatery for her celebration, and the server, a lady in her 40s, kept gazing at us. When I questioned if all was well, she replied, "Apologies, but your girl resembles my relative's offspring exactly, eerily alike." Initially, I dismissed it, but it lingered in my mind. A few months on, following another strained, uncomfortable encounter, I purchased a paternity test. I didn't even desire to. I felt ashamed for questioning, but an inner voice urged verify. I sent it in, awaited weeks. Then the notification arrived. 0% likelihood of fatherhood. This is just a short part of the story. For the full story, click the link below and watch it on our channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, so you never miss the amazing stories we upload next.